Later this afternoon, I'll join with Leader Jeffries and members of both the House and Senate to mark the 5-year anniversary of the deadly insurrection of January 6. It's a bitter, frustrating, and somber day for all of us who were in the building that fateful morning and afternoon. I remember standing right here in this very spot alongside other senators getting ready to certify the 2020 election. All of a sudden, my security detail pulled my collar like this, gripped me by the arm, and told me we had to get out because a mob of rioters had broken into the Capitol. At that moment, I saw the Vice President was instantly rushed out of the chamber as well. He was sitting up in that chair. We went downstairs, we turned towards one hallway, and for a moment came within several yards of angry rioters before my detail pulled us away from safety. It was a dark, scary, violent day. They pulled me away towards safety, not from. And when the MAGA rioters desecrated this chamber, they ransacked offices, waved Confederate flags through these hallways, and used violence to try and steal an election. All that happened, and it was propagated by Donald Trump. But make no mistake, January 6th was also a day when the power of democracy ultimately prevailed. It was a day where U.S. Capitol Police faced their moment of maximum danger and responded with maximum valor. Let us take a moment to remember all our brave public service members, Capitol Police, D.C. Police, and other officers who died in connection with the attack. I just want to thank our officers who were here on that day, who do their jobs every day without fanfare. Of course, the 5-year anniversary of January 6 comes at a bitter and complicated moment. The very same man who sought to steal an election and delegitimize our democracy has now returned to office by the very same means he tried to destroy. And what was Donald Trump's first official action while in office? Donald Trump, a man who claims to stand up for the police, a man who says he cares about law and order, pardoned every single convicted insurrectionist on his very first day as president. These pardons are among the most sickening things Donald Trump has done in office. His betrayal of law enforcement, of democracy, makes a mockery of the rule of law. These pardons were an explicit endorsement of using violence to get your way. That is who Donald Trump is at his core, a man who's happy to see violence work in his favor to get what he wants. And in this chamber, especially in the House of Representatives, too many Republicans remain silent in the face of obvious evil. That's true in both chambers, unfortunately. Too many have tried to rewrite the history of January 6th. Too many are trying to turn these criminals into martyrs, into heroes. That's perverse, that's a lie, and it's wicked. History will curse those who absolve or celebrate the violence that happened on January 6th. We must never relent on speaking the truth of January 6th in the face of the hurricane of lies that comes from Donald Trump. That is our moral obligation, our obligation to this grand democracy as members of this institution and as citizens of this great democracy.